Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time reviewing on Sonic the Hedgehog IDW Comics issue number 54. Now, as you know, we've now reached issue 54, and pretty much I would say it's great to do another comic book review once again. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to do some as much. I've just been trying to help my boss out at the gaming store and trying to balance everything this week. So pretty much the cover has Serge petting a wisp while looking evilly. And the story mainly starts up after the events of the last issue, with Serge saying, "You can't stay up there forever, Flyboy. Get down here and let's finish this." And of course we kind of see how Tails has to keep Sonic up in the air, and Sonic knowing that as long as they're in the air, that she'll use her lightning attacks to sort of try and hit Sonic and keep the city safe. And we see Serge saying, "Fine, if you're too chicken, I'll come to you." And of course knocks Sonic down, Sonic still with his busted leg, and we see how Serge is gonna go full power mode until we see Whisper with her last wisp and use it to give Sonic a boost, saying, "Oh, okay." And of course gets powered up and says, "I've worked with wisps a time or two. I'm gonna say your fancy hat's pretty neat, but this is how it's really done." And we see how Sonic tries to go full ping pong mode, and of course we see how Serge uses one of her wisps, and of course manages to take the last one, much to Whisper's dismay. And we see how Tails has to hold her back, knowing that if she goes anywhere near Serge, she could end up getting fried. And of course, we kind of see how Serge tries to try and take on Sonic, but of course Sonic manages to speed away. And we see how Sonic and Tails comes up with a plan, and they go to a hardware store. And of course, Serge saying, "I'm talking to you, Hedgehog." "Hold her off. Sure, easy, no problemo. Don't you dare run away from me!" I kind of see how Sonic has to use his surroundings by sort of tripping down Serge with screws. And we see her saying, "That's it, you're gonna fry! No thanks, And we see Sonic saying, "I may not be in top shape, but it's gonna take more than that to catch me." And we kind of see how Sonic's managed to get Serge downstairs, and of course Tails uses the appliances around them to sort of power down Serge, and saying that as long as it's working, they'll drain her in no time. And we see her saying, "You can't stop me. I'll show you power. Get back." And of course, Serge ends up getting fried. And they have to kind of get the sort of hat gear off her and the wisps back. But of course, Sonic's still got his busted leg. And just as Tails sees that Kitsumi's seen the whole thing, and this is where he thinks Sonic and the others betrayed him, saying, "Kid, please, get that thing off her. We can't stop her when she wakes up. Who knows what will happen? You said she was gone." I thought she was. I saw her fall. She's hurt bad. She's hurting herself. She's trying to... No! It was you. You lied. You couldn't do it the first time. You were going to finish what you started." And this is where we see now that Kitsumi thinks he's been lied to. And of course, we see him saying, "Why would you bother with me? You already have him." And you can tell Kid felt like Sonic could have been a better replacement, and felt like he was being lied and manipulated to. And we kind of see how Kid says that he's done, and of course takes off with Serge and heading out of the building. Of course, we see how Sonic and Tails manages to get Belle out from the sort of rubble back at their base, And of course, they have to kind of get the Wisps back, as well as deal with Serge. And we kind of see how Belle talks with Whisper and offers to fix her weapon. And Sonic's saying, "We're gonna get your Wisp back, promise." And we see how Allbot is giving Eggman the word about everything that they've lost and checked the inventory. And of course, even point out that Serge stepped on Cubot's special figure. And we see Eggman saying, "But how? How did she do it? With her foot?" "The way she used the dynamo. She tossed my entire design on its head." And of course, they decide to have Metal and that figure out how to kind of counter solution. And we see how Serge wakes up from the base and finds that it's old Starline's old headquarters. And we kind of see how Kitsumi points out that they didn't know where else to go, but still have food and everything else. And we see Starline saying, "Northern is safe, not for you." "Ah, get away! I'm sorry, I..." And we kind of see how Starline's ghost tricks and manipulates Serge, saying as long as she's here, he will always sort of haunt her. And we kind of see how Kitsumi tries to talk with her down. And we kind of see Serge saying, "Yeah, well, just don't do it again. Don't worry, Drippy. We're gonna make them pay." And yeah, this is the issue. So I think, in my opinion, issue 54 is pretty good. I think even without the device, you can tell Serge is a living, dangerous weapon, and now given sort of the dynamo device and the Wisps, makes her a full-on dangerous weapon of mass destruction. And I definitely think, yeah, we're going to see a lot more after effects in the next issue. So I think this one definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.